Hi, everybody. How are you doing there on Facebook? Hi, YouTube. How are you guys doing? How is everybody doing? Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second here. Say hi if you're coming on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay so I can see how many people watched after I post this. Alrighty? Alright, we're having burrito bowls. It's called burrito bowls. That's simple. Okay? Alrighty, YouTube. There is the Cash App. There we go. Hope you can see. Let's make sure you can see the pan. Okay. Alrighty. So, you guys, let's see. Alright, there's the Cash App. There is the Amazon wish list. Okay, I can see the star comment. So that means everything should work right. When the star comment is missing, you guys can still see it, and my husband can see it, but that means the comments are going to be messed up, and I have to keep refreshing the comments to see them or have my husband get on the live and tell me if anybody comments, but not today, okay? So I'm going to pin the Cash App, and that means if you want to read the star comment, it's in the comments. Just says, thank you, you can donate stars and all that stuff, okay? Alrighty, so we're having burrito bowl, okay? So let me move this pan because well, yes, I am using this pan. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Okay. All right, so I'm not making like any kind of sauce. So it always says in a pan, heat olive oil and cook ground beef until browned. That's what it says. Why does it say heat olive oil? The ground beef makes its own grease or oil, so we don't need olive oil. If you want to put it in there, fine, but you don't have to, okay? And it's 1 tablespoon because it's 1 pound. So it would be 2 tablespoons if it was 2 pounds. But I'm not putting any in because, oh, and here's my rice. I need to turn it on and put it in the back so I can tend to the ground beef in the front. Okay, I already put 2. It's 1 cup of rice. 1 cup of rice. I put 2 cups because I'm doubling it. So, and I put a teaspoon of salt for every cup. So I put 2 teaspoons of salt and some butter in there. Alrighty. Once it boils, I'll cover it and it'll take about 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to, like I always do, I am going to name the ingredients and the measurements. I'm doubling them. So if I say 1 cup, I'm doing 2 cups, okay? 1 cup of cooked rice, 1 cup of cooked black beans, kidney beans, or pinto beans, whatever you want. 1 pound of ground beef, or you can use ground turkey, chicken, or a vegetarian option. That means no meat. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 onion diced, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, salt and pepper to taste, and the toppings are diced tomatoes, shredded lettuce, diced avocado, sour cream, salsa, shredded cheese, and cilantro. Sorry, this light is kind of bright when I'm standing in front of it, okay? So once again, that was rice, 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of cooked beans, any kind of beans you want, a pound of ground beef, cooked turkey, chicken, vegetarian option, tablespoon of olive oil, 1 onion diced, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, salt and pepper to taste, and then your toppings: diced tomatoes, shredded lettuce, diced avocado, sour cream, salsa, shredded cheese, and cilantro. I am probably not going to put any cilantro, but if you don't like avocado, don't put it. If you don't like tomato, those are toppings you can use. But you can change them around and use what you like. Okay? And if there's toppings that are not, let me see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. If there's toppings that are not mentioned and you want to use, you want to put some black olives. Or whatever, just you can do what you want. Okay? Okay, and the cilantro, I guess you would want to put on the top and you can make prep bowls like I'm going to take, and you can find these at any grocery store. You can find it at Walmart too. These bowls, and they have the lid. They say these are disposable, but they're hard enough and they're microwave safe. So, I got a bunch of these. I started getting them way back a couple years ago when my daughter was coming to my house a lot to eat. She wanted to take leftovers home, and if I let her take my containers, I wouldn't see them again. I'd have to bug her. Did you wash it? Could you please bring it back next time you come to eat? And blah, blah, blah. So I bought these. So if she kept them or she threw them away, whatever she did with them, I didn't care. Okay? So I'm going to assemble the burrito bowls in there and put them in the refrigerator, except for the one we're going to eat. I'll probably put in a regular, bowl, a regular bowl. But the lettuce and the tomatoes and the avocado, I probably will have them cut up. The lettuce is already shredded, but I won't put it on there until after we heat the leftovers, because you don't want to heat the lettuce and tomato and avocado. Okay? Avocado is only going to go in mine, so I'll see how many bowls it makes. And then at the top, it does not say. All right, here goes the rice is boiling. So let me put it on 15 minutes. All right. Like if you have lesser rice, like 1 cup or something, watch it, because sometimes it could take less than 15 minutes. Okay. So I'll see how many bowls it makes. Okay. So I'm gonna get this ground beef started, and then I'm gonna pull out the cutting board so I can cut the tomato and the avocado, because I already got the shredded lettuce. Okay. This, I already measured. I just measured water. I'm going to just put it in the dishwasher just to dry. Okay. Alrighty. So that's why I was moving that big pan, because I was thinking of just using this. Because it's only 2 pounds. It's supposed to be 1 pound, but I'm doing 2 pounds because we want more. I was going to do 1.5, then I just went with 2. Because I bought a 3-pound ground beef, and I was going to cut it in half, 1.5 and 1.5, but instead I did 2 and then 1. The 1 pound is frozen. I froze it, but the 2 pound, I just put it in the refrigerator since I was going to eat it today. I still got more groceries to buy, but these were just a few that we bought at Walmart that cost us $119 or $100 and something like that. I just bought a few things. Well, a little more than a few, but And I bought the ingredients for 1 meal, which I already had, but I just needed ground beef, like tomatoes, avocado, the lettuce. But I had most of the seasonings and stuff. So we got salt and pepper. Let's see what else we need. Cumin, chili powder. Let's see. Cumin and chili powder. Let's see what we got in here. I know we have that. I just got to find it. Cumin. Chili powder. Alrighty, I got that. Salt and pepper right here. Okay, so the minced onion. Oh, it's not in here yet. Maybe it is. No, that's ginger. Minced onion, minced garlic, which I always show you guys. And this, it's new. The other one's gone. I have really never cut up a fresh garlic. It's because now my husband doesn't like onions too much. I don't either, but I don't mind them chopped up real small and mixed in the ground beef. It don't taste bad at all. It gives it flavor, and I really can't taste the mushrooms. I mean the onions. Sorry, I was gonna buy 2 onions, dice them up, and put them in the freezer. Same with bell peppers. I still got to get the bell peppers because I need them for some recipes. And I'm going to get like 3 or 4 of them and I'm going to dice them up and put them in the freezer. So instead of getting the 2 onions, we decided, my husband agreed, he was better off with, he wanted me to get this. I've never used the easy onion because they do have, this is Spice World, same thing. They do have this garlic in a little bottle that you could squeeze, but I always get the jar. I have ginger in a bottle like this. But it says now more chopped onion. So we're going to just use this. Okay? Okay. Now, if you want to add different seasonings onto your ground beef, other than what this says, like cumin and chili powder and salt and pepper, that's it. I'm going to put a little bit of chili powder because it can get spicy. I may add, I don't know yet. Let me see what else I got. I've got some butter steakhouse. No, that's better on chicken. I got Morton's, the same brand for salt. Seasoning all. I've got, that's ground, I think. Not crushed red pepper. Got some smoked and regular paprika. I got ground mustard. I'm not using that. I'm not sure. I've got Montreal steak seasoning. Cilantro leaves. I've got a table blend. I put this table blend on into something else I made the other day. I think I made it online with y'all. I don't remember. But it was a little spicy. And I was like, why? And I looked at the ingredients. It has dried onions, spices, black pepper, oregano, thyme. It has cayenne pepper in here. That was my main thing when I saw that cayenne pepper. I was like, oh, that might be why. So, let's see. If I use anything, I might use some paprika. And since it's a burrito bowl, I might use some smoked paprika and a little bit of chili powder and the ground cumin and salt and pepper, okay? Okay, so let's get started. So I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef, okay? 2 pounds, so I can have extra because it calls for 1. Let me get a knife. Okay. Usually, even if I use the big pan, usually when I do 2 pounds, well, I'm doing 2 pounds now, but when I have to make like a sauce, if you know what I mean. Hold on, guys. I've got to put this out the way. This is just in my way. I don't have room in there. I'm using the small pan for the ground beef. I don't need the big pan. I usually only use the big pan when I have to make add a lot of stuff. I'm going to wash my hands, guys, because I kind of touched the meat and the wrapping. So let me wash my hands, guys. All right, Doreen, if you come on here, while I'm on here, watch the replay. I know you said that this setup was better. I know, but the only time you might see my back sometimes is when I'm like at the sink or washing my hands, okay? but I try. Like if I'm talking and I'm not like stirring, I'm just sitting here talking, waiting for something to do waiting for the stove to do something or oven or whatever. I'll stand here. This is like the corner, like the L shape from this counter to the sink. So I'll just stand like this and I can just turn my head and look at the computer and look at y'all, okay? And the whole time you're seeing, when I look at the computer, you just see my side, back and forth, okay? But if I'm stirring, I'll just kind of like turn my head like this and try to come up a little bit so y'all can see me here, okay? I want y'all to see the pan, but I want you to see me too. Can y'all see that? You can see the ground beef, okay. So I have to duck down for you to see my full face. Did anybody come on here yet? Nobody? Let's see, the computer. I don't check the computer YouTube as much, but a couple of times that I have not checked it, someone new came on there, or one of my friends, she'll sometimes pop on YouTube instead of Facebook. But usually she's on Facebook, but she'll pop on YouTube sometimes. So, yeah. So let's turn this on 8. We are going to smash it with my smasher. Okay? And like it said 1 tablespoon, which would be 2 tablespoons if you're doing 2 pounds, of olive oil. But I'm not going to put it in here because this is an 80-20. Even if it was a 90-10, it's still going to make grease or oil or whatever you want to call it, okay? Now, if this was like, they do have 96 floors. I think that's the highest they go. Or maybe I think there's a 97.3. That may be the highest. Then you may want to add at least 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil because that doesn't have much grease. It's only like 3% or 4%. So, and if you don't want to add a lot, you can add, like if you're doing 2 pounds of ground beef, you can add 1 tablespoon of oil instead of 2 tablespoons. It's all up to you. But I'm not adding any because they'll be, and mostly I like the 90-10s. They're perfect. Not too greasy, but not too dry. But when you're making burgers or like meatloaf, like homemade meatloaf, it's best to get like either the 80-20 or the 85-15. And 90-10 will work too, but I wouldn't go higher than 90-10 because you don't want dry burgers or dry meatloaf. So yes. So just think about that, okay? Yeah, my son says if they don't have it and he has to get 80-20 or 85-15, he will, but he prefers to go 90-10 or higher if he can. He knows it costs more, but he'd rather. That's what he says. Good for my son. Okay. Sorry, guys. Trying to get this all broken up. Okay. All right. So let it cook a little bit. Okay. So if you'd rather use fresh garlic, so be it. Now, as I add the ingredients, I'll repeat how much of it I'm putting in. So, okay? So if you didn't get it all and you want to go back later and write it down, or you want to write it down as I say it now slowly. I know I read the ingredients fast. Okay? So it was 1 cup of cooked rice. Okay, everybody? 1 cup of cooked rice, but I did 2. Okay? I'm just telling you what this says, and then you can double it. Or if it's just yourself and you want to make it lower, you can do half a cup of rice, half a cup of ground beef, or chicken, or whatever you want, okay? Now, if you're doing chicken, you can take the chicken and you can cut it into, like cook a whole 1 breast or 2 breasts, cut it into slices. Because the picture also shows sliced chicken. Just slice it. Or you can dice it after you cook it. Or you can dice it and then cook it, if you choose. Or the third option, you can do shredded chicken. You can do shredded chicken, diced chicken, or slice. Now, if you do slice, you can do it after you cook the chicken breast. Same with the diced. Or you can dice it before and cook it diced. I mean, I guess you could slice it and then cook it in slices, but so whatever you choose. Or you can just cook chicken and shred it up, or buy a whole chicken and shred it and put some in there and save some for another meal. Whatever you want, okay? It's optional. Or you can do, like it said, you can stick with the ground beef, or you can do ground turkey, or you can do it vegetarian. No meat at all, just just vegetables. Just everything else. Now these seasonings you can put on your veggies. You can add, you know, bell peppers, stripped bell peppers, or diced bell peppers. Either way, diced or cut them in strips like you do for fajitas. You can do onions. You can do minced onions, or just cut them like you do for a fajita. In little strings. You can do that. Since you're not going to have no ground beef to put it in, you can do whatever you want. And you can add other vegetables. You can add whatever color bell peppers. Just make it your own. But just put it on top of some rice. And then add some shredded lettuce, tomatoes, whatever other toppings you want. Salsa, sour cream, cheese, just make it your own. And if you're lactose intolerant, sharp cheddar is the most best for lactose people. Okay? And they do have lactose-free cheese. I think I saw it. And you can just skip on sour cream. So, all right. So that should be good with the slicer. Okay, so like if I have to put something in the oven and it's going to take like 20 minutes and I'm going to do dishes or clean up while we're there, instead of you seeing my back, I'll take the iPad and I'll put it on this counter where you see all this stuff right here. Yeah, so you can see my face better. All right, less than 40 seconds. So I'm going to use this for the ground beef, but first I'm going to stir the rice with it to see. Let's check it out. Let's put this down here for a minute. Let's check out the rice. Okay, the rice is still a little over wet, so we'll give it a few more minutes. I'm just going to turn the timer off. It only had less than 10 seconds anyway, so. Okay, so yeah, see? You can tell how wet the spoon is, so that's from the rice, so we're going to give it a few more minutes. Sometimes, depending how much rice you cook, it can take a little longer or a little less. If you cook like half a cup of rice or 1 cup, it could take less than 15 minutes. So you want to check it between 10 and 15. And like if you make 4 cups of rice, it could take longer. So just, okay. So, yes, ground beef. I'm going to drain it first before I put all the seasonings. All right, I'm going to start doing it this way because somebody told me this before, and I saw it recently on a lady. She's mostly on YouTube. Her name is I'm going to be making 1 or 2. I'm going to be making 2 of her recipes if I can get to the grocery store and figure out some money. She's a sweet older lady. She's not real old. She's just middle-aged. She's a sweet lady with her husband Ron. She calls him Ron. I forgot her name. She makes a lot of Spanish dishes. Well, the dishes that I'm making, one is like a ravioli casserole with ground beef, and the other one is chicken and pasta. It's really cool the way she does it. But anyway, she said the seasonings that she put in the ground beef when she did the ravioli, I think it was. But she said she did it. She's going to put it in after she drains the ground beef, because let me tell you this. And a long time I never thought about this. I didn't know this. It just, a lot of people don't think about it. But I was told once, but I just continue to do it my way. But if I put all the seasonings in right now, most of them will go into this oil, because this is a lot of oil in here. So I'm glad I didn't put any of that my own. But anyways, it will mostly go into the grease. So when you drain it, all the seasonings are draining out with the grease. And then you won't have, sorry, I'm thirsty. Then you won't have as much seasoning on the ground beef and it won't taste that. And you'll have to put some more on there. So the best thing to do, if you didn't already know this, drain your ground beef first and then season it. Okay? Okay? I'm going to give this, still I see a little bit of red spots. Give this a few more minutes to cook up and I'm going to start on chopping up the tomatoes and the avocado. Now I'm going to try this. I've tried it one time because I don't have avocado that much. I have this, and this is the attachment. I think this part is for the seed, to get the seed out. Okay, this put on top and just cut it. Okay. Now for this recipe, you can dice your avocado and spread it around on the bowl, or you can cut it in slices, like get the whole avocado out. After you cut it in half, get half that avocado out and just make slices. You can. Either way. Now, me wanting to make it look like I got more, I'm going to probably dice it. I guess you could do this and then do it the other way, or get it out. I'll see how this works, okay? And what I'm going to get is 2 of these. Is there another one? Oh, there's one there. I'm going to put the diced tomatoes in here and cover it when I'm ready to put it away. So if I don't use them all, we don't use them all. Then I'll put the avocados in here and just pull them out and sprinkle them around when I need it. Okay, because I only bought one avocado. I tried to get a big one, but they had small ones. They had large Hass avocados, but they had like 3 or 4 of them in a bag, and I don't use them that much, so they might go bad before I use them, and I didn't want that. Okay, so, and I tried, it took me a while, because I'm not good at all with any fruits and vegetables. I'm telling how it's good, how it's bad. But I think I know that if the softer it is, the more ready the avocado is. Now, Walmart, I don't think they do this with bananas or avocados. But my H-E-B store, the main grocery store here, they will ask, for avocados, they will ask, you're going to use it in 1 or 2 days, or you're going to use it longer, so they know what kind of avocado to pick out for you. And then they'll ask you what kind of bananas you want. You want partial green, you want a full green banana, you want fully ripe banana. You know, they ask stuff like that. So, okay, my son just texted me, so hold on, guys. Okay, let's go. Whoa. Okay. So, okay. So let's do this. I got you. I'm guessing instead of going down like this on the seed, it's used to scoop it out. Okay, so we're going to try it on the small half because I cut it kind of this real thin. So we'll see. We're going to try it on the thin side first. All right, so. Let me see how this works. I guess you pull it forward. No, I'm not good at this. Let me tell you, I'm not. I'm not sure how this is supposed to work, this tool. Maybe because the thing is too thin. But see this tool? If you guys have one or ever seen it and know how to use it, please comment below on was I doing it correctly. And if you didn't see what I was doing, I'll show you on the other half. I'll bring it up closer. But I started on the real thin side. I accidentally cut it uneven. So I'm just going to kind of dice it. Put it in this little container. Now, when I watch some recipes, not all people do it, but some do. They put their seasonings. You'll see little cups. Like we have, like this is for dips. I use it for dips, but people will put seasoning in there, and then when you're on live, they'll just this is half a teaspoon of salt. Have another cup. This is half a teaspoon of paprika. I don't see the worth in that. If it's half a teaspoon, I'm gonna take half a teaspoon and scoop it out of the container and pour it on the food. I don't need a million cups for that. Okay. I know I got stuff that I don't need to have either, but that I really don't. Okay? Alrighty, so I'll show you how I do the other one, and you let me know if that's correct, incorrect, or whatnot. Okay, I think it's done. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn the rice off too and bring it forward because I think I forgot about it and it's getting all. So let's check on the rice. Yes, it was starting to stick. Okay. So glad I turned it off. All right. So yes, I will put it in the back so it won't be so close to the camera once this cools down a little bit because I don't want it to dry out though. Okay, so I have this like this. Oh, sorry, my finger hit the. All right, and I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to push down and kind of pull forward. I'm going to put it on here, push down and pull forward, kind of like. I'm guessing that's how it works. All right, hold on. Okay, so let's do this. See? And then I guess I pull it forward to get it out. And it all, most of it came out. Okay? Just scraping what I can off. If it's mashed like guacamole, I would just, like if I only had guacamole, I would take a spoonful of it and just plop it on my bowl. It don't matter. If you'd rather use it guacamole instead of just doing the avocado, you can do that too. You can make your own guacamole or you can get it from the store. Okay? So that's an idea. And there's guacamole salsa, something like that. It's like guacamole and salsa in a mix. They have it in a jar at the store. I've seen it. A lot of people buy things to taste test, but I have this thing where if I don't know if I'm going to like it, I don't like buying it. What if I taste it and I hate it, and I just spent $4 on that jar or that bag, and I don't have much money anyway. I won't waste it. You know? Unless I think my husband will like it and he'll eat it, or I know somebody who will eat it, like my son or his friend that he lives with, you know, something like that. Okay? So, okay. All right. So, I think the back is not all the way cool, but enough where it's not going to burn. So, move that out the way. Okay. Oh, why did I put the knife down here? Still got to cut this up. Okay, guys. All righty. And I don't know if I told you at the beginning, but I'll tell you now if I didn't. I bought Doritos because I thought about it last minute earlier today. I wanted Doritos to crush and put on top. So they won't be, it's not like a Dorito bake where the Doritos are going to end up getting baked. They're just going to be, I'm just going to crush some on top. And if my husband takes leftovers tonight and he wants Doritos on top, we can either crush some and put it in a baggie for him, or he could take some of the chips and crush them later. Okay? All right. My stomach's starting to hurt, guys. Ugh. I don't know. All right. So, that's done. Now, I don't care about cutting the tomato up if it gets on this mat that already has, stained with guacamole, because they're all going to be together in the bowl. Okay? All right. So, let's go back here. Oh, I just pulled out the seasonings. I forgot everything else. Okay, so I didn't really read the instructions. Number 1 was cook the rice and beans according to package instructions. In a pan, heat olive oil and cook ground beef until browned. Add onion and garlic until softened. Oh, I forgot to add it while it was cooking. So let me put it on medium, and I'm going to back over a little bit. I didn't drain it yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with the grease in there, and then I'm going to drain it then, okay? So it says 2 cloves of garlic. 2 cloves of garlic. 1 teaspoon is 1 clove. Okay, I'm going to use the same spoon wherever I put it. Did I put it in this sink? No, this sink. Same spoon I used for the salt and butter for the rice, okay? Now I'm going to kind of go to the side because I don't want all that liquid. So that's 1. And if you want none or less, you don't have to put any. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. Okay. And the onion, it says 1 onion diced. And if I were to have onion, I wouldn't have put 1 whole onion anyways. I would have put half or less because we're not like onion people. Okay? So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to give it a couple. That's about it. The squirts. Squirts. Oh. Okay. So let's mix it up. Oops, some of it fell out. Okay. I should have put that in while it was cooking. I forgot about that. Okay. Just let it cook until softened, especially if you use real onions. Add cumin and chili powder to the pan. That is 1 teaspoon. It says add chili and cumin powder to the pan and stir. It also says salt and pepper in the ingredients to taste, but it doesn't say anything about salt and pepper in the instructions. So we're going to do that. Okay. Oh, I wanted to drain it first before I put any seasoning. That's right. Okay. All right. See how quick this is? Because it's about done. Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn it off. Now, this was not planned. I still got to cut the tomato. I have to go to the bathroom. I can't hold it. So I sometimes go before, but I don't know if you all have heard it in the past. I haven't said anything recently. But yeah, I do have IBS and I do have stomach issues. So sometimes I might have to run off to the bathroom. I hope y'all will forgive me. It's not a 10 or 20-minute bathroom. Be gone, okay? Just a few minutes, okay? So, hi, Paul. What you up to, Paul? How's work going? Oh, how was work today? I know you're home probably. How you doing, Paul? Be right back, guys. Be right back, guys. Check why that light. Oh, like maybe see if he's tightening or something because it keeps flickering. It's annoying. Okay, guys, here I come. All right. So I don't know if I told you, but I forgot to let you know I was sorry when I first came on. I was almost 3:30. I think I was like an hour or an hour and a half late. Yeah, my daughter asked me to pick her up. She got off work early. Well, she did last Friday too, so I don't know if it's a Friday thing, but she said 2 o'clock, but then she wanted to stop by McDonald's. She had a few dollars and she wanted to use some of her points, and then we took her home, and then we had to stop by the grocery store called HEB real quick to pick up my medicine that was ready and, well, has been ready. And my husband needed some more medicine because he's getting sick. And every time he gets sick, I get sick too. What happens is as soon as he starts feeling better, that's when I start feeling rotten. Happens almost 100% of the time. I'll go with 99% of the time. So we'll have to see what happens in a week or so. All right, so, but we don't share spoons. We don't kiss on the lips. We do everything like that. But we live in the same house and it's in the air, so yeah. But anyways, so, and I got the chips so I could sprinkle on top and a soda, so I had to stop by there real quick before I came home after I dropped my daughter off. So, and it's really hot in here. Usually if the air comes on, I can feel it. It's right up there. But no. Okay. So, let's go ahead and drain this. So I'm going to push it to the side. Okay, I'm going to get some paper towels. Paper towels. Okay. We are going to lightly, so all the ground beef doesn't come floating back, tilt this. And I'm going to rub the paper towel around. Let me keep rubbing it around. I'm going to answer the phone because that's my son, but I'm going to let him know I'm on live. Hello? Cooking. Burrito bowls. Who paid for that? So you went to Chili's on money you were supposed to pay rent with. Are you 100% guaranteed you're going to get it? You mean accounting to pay the rent? So how are you going to pay the movie? No, I'm talking about for the rent. For this month, if you move in. Okay, well, whatever. But just let us know, if you need any help moving stuff in. But you got to come over here to get the washer and dryer. Okay, well. What about the new one? Oh. All right, well. Well, the dolly you have to pay like $7 or $10 extra. It just doesn't come with it. You can ask his mom, can you borrow her dolly? Well, we can get it a day or two before with our car. We can go pick it up. Yeah, because I'm on live too. And for Wednesday, if you didn't sign up, that wanted to register. It's actually at the food pantry, but the one I'm going to one tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow because you probably can get some food. But I'll text you later when I'm done here and let you know what time we're gonna go. All right. All right. Love you. Bye. All right, guys. I found where to go to find some food banks. That's what I was talking about at the end. I went to the food bank website. I said food bank and it came up. And it was just telling me different things about, what they do. Do you want to donate, volunteer, all this different stuff. And I didn't see anything else, so I didn't think of it. So I left it. I didn't close it. I just left it open. The page, I didn't close it out. So I left it like that for a couple of weeks or a week. And then yesterday, I think I decided to go back onto it. All right, I'm done, so I'm throwing it away. Went back onto it, and I found something that said something about looking about food banks or something. I don't know. So I clicked on it, and it took me to a site called, shoot. Hold on, guys. I forgot the name of the site. The site is called Fresh Track. Fresh and Track, TRAK, if you're in San Antonio. And you put in, they'll ask for your zip code, and then they'll give you an option of how many miles out you want. I have, it's automatically set for 10 miles, so I left it. And it gives you places like names of churches, what time, the address, whether you need to sign up or not. Like the one that was Monday, and they have it Monday through Thursday or Monday through Wednesday. No, they had one for Saturday too. I don't know. The Monday one was at capacity. That's what it said. Tuesday one was at capacity. Wednesday one, I finally got a slot. It was actually at the food bank itself. It says go to parking lot 3 or door 3 or something. So I had to sign up for a time slot on that one. There's one tomorrow. You register and sign up when you get there. So it's from, I think it's from 9:30 to 10:30, I think. Or 9 to 10 or something like that. I got to look. I took a screenshot. Or I can go back on that website and bring up all the ones as well. I think it starts at 9 because I wanted to get there by 8:30, but sometimes cars come way earlier and there's like a huge line. But I want to leave here at 8 o'clock and I want to go pick up my son and then go there and from there. But it's cool because I can get up and get dressed and my husband will still be sleeping with the dogs, and being it's 9 to 10, I think, or 9 to 10:30, I'll be back before it's even, I'll be back in time to go out and walk the dogs. Because I usually get up near 9 and get dressed and take my medicine. Sometimes I get up like 8:30 if I need to take a shower, but you know. All right, so that's all good. All right. Now I'm going to add the seasonings. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings. Okay. Now, let me see something. Hold on. It says, when you assemble the bowls, they want you to assemble it with cooked rice, beans, ground beef, mixture, and desired toppings. They do not say take, if you want, and it's up to you, you can take the beans, black beans, pinto beans, what else did it say? Whatever you want. You know, black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and you can mix them with the ground beef if you rather do it that way. This way it just says add them on top of the ground beef, but if you want to mix them in with the ground beef, you can. Because I have done that before. I have mixed can of black beans, can of corn, can of rotel, mixed it all up with the ground beef and the seasonings. And then we use like tortilla chips to scoop it up. Or you can put it in a soft taco, and then add some sour cream, salsa, tomatoes, whatever you want. That's kind of like a burrito bowl, almost, except we don't have the rice. Okay, so you're going to put the rice and then the ground beef and then the beans. It says rice, beans, ground beef. So it's saying rice and then beans. But I'm going to put the rice, the ground beef, and then the beans. And my desired toppings, okay? I named all the toppings you could put on there, and you could even do black olives if you like. And anything else you like, okay? Okay. Because I thought the black beans were going to go in here. So since I forgot to pull them out, it says a cup of black beans, okay? It says a cup. This, but it's going to be 2 cups. Right? Yes, it does. But it's going to be 2 cups because I'm doubling. But this is, let me see how many are in here. 3.5 servings per container. And each serving size is half a cup. So that would be 1 cup, 1.5. And then it's 3.5. So that would be another fourth. So that's 1.5, 1 3/4. Yes, 1 3/4. 1/4 away from 2 cups. So I'm just going to do the whole can. Now I was thinking about corn. You know how when you go to Chipotle, they have this little pan that has some kind of corn mixture in there, and you can ask for that too. So I'm going to do that. But what I'm going to do with the corn is I'm going to mix it in with this and put it in a bowl and heat it up in the microwave. Okay, and I will do that last because I want to cut the tomatoes and then I want to move some stuff. Okay, so I can get to my microwave because my microwave's right here and everything's in front of it. Okay, so the chili powder and cumin is 1 tablespoon. No, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I'm not going to measure. Okay, you don't have to measure. You can. So I'm just telling you the measurements. Tablespoon of cumin and a teaspoon of chili powder. Salt and pepper to taste. When you look at the directions, it says add cumin and chili powder to the pan and stir. I didn't even mention the salt and pepper, but it's in the ingredients. So you can add salt and pepper if you want. Okay? So I'm going to start out with salt. Look, the salt. When the salt comes out, it almost looks like the garlic and onion little pieces. It does. So this is what do I say? It's not regular salt. It's the sea salt. And stop using the regular salt because I love the sea salt. Hopefully I'm getting iodine in my diet still, though. Because you need iodine in your diet. But sea salt doesn't have iodine. I think they sell sea salt with iodine. Except for the only regular salt I have is this. This is a really cheap iodized salt. I just bought this a couple weeks ago because when I need to measure a specific amount or I need it for something other than this motorized one is not going to work, then I have this, okay? So, and this was less than $1 for that little cheap salt, okay? All right, so let's get this. I'm going to put it all around, but I'm not going to put a whole lot because I'm going to taste it first. If it needs more, I'll put more, but I don't want it too spicy. So let's get this mixed up. Oh, I got to add the cumin too. Okay, let's add cumin. If I was going to add the black beans and corn to the ground beef, I would drain them. It wasn't coming out too good, so I just have to. I would drain it. Like the black beans, you want to drain and rinse it with cold water to get all the gooey liquid off. Corn, I would just drain. This thing is like. What happens is the cumin is getting stuck. Like when I go to shake it, it gets stuck to this plastic part, and then it doesn't want to come out. So I have to tap it to push it back down. But anyways, I'm going to drain the corn, but the black beans I might not drain because I want them to cook in the juice because I don't want them to dry out in the microwave. And then I'll get the spoon I have, and I use it for vegetables when I cook them in a bowl and I put butter on it so I don't get so much liquid on my plate when I serve. This, and I'll scoop it and I'll shake it and drain it and put it on top. That's how I'll do it, okay? So let's stir all this up, and then I'm going to taste a piece of the meat, see how it tastes. How long have we been on here? This says 58 minutes. Yeah, about 50, almost an hour. I promise you, you can do this in 20 minutes or less. Cook your rice. It takes about 15 minutes. Cook your ground beef. When the ground beef is done cooking, drain it. Add the garlic and the onions, fresh or the way I did it, out the jars. And then add your seasonings, cumin and chili powder. and any other seasonings you want to add that are not listed. Okay, and then heat up your black beans, corn if you're going to add corn. It does not say corn in there, but I want corn in my bowl because there's at Chipotle they do have at the end the corn. When you ask for your toppings, so heat those up in a little container. Or if you prefer, you can take the black beans and mix it with the ground beef. Same with the corn. It's up to you. Okay? But if you do that, drain the corn and drain the black beans and rinse the black beans with cold water. Okay? So, then, when you're done, you're going to assemble it. You're going to put the rice, you're going to put the ground beef, the beans, the corn, if you choose to add corn. And then your other toppings, tomatoes, avocados, cheese. Well, I want to put cheese first, but cheese, avocado, tomatoes, sour cream, salsa, shredded lettuce. You can take any of that off that you don't like off the list. And then you can add black olives. I don't know. I can't think right now. But there's a lot of stuff you can add to it topping-wise, okay? You can add hot sauce if you want it spicy. You can add hot salsa or mild salsa or medium. You can, if you want to spice it up or make it better, you can add a can of Rotel, mild or spicy. They have spicy Rotel. Or a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. If you do fire roasted diced tomatoes, then you may not need too many tomatoes. Even if you do Rotel, you may not. Or you can get fire roasted Rotel. They have fire roasted Rotel. They have fire roasted diced tomatoes and fire roasted Rotel. If you want the green chilies in there. Okay? So there's a lot of options. Okay, let's taste this. It's so. It's like the seasoning is not right. I'm going to put some paprika. And it's warm. And it's kind of. I may put the cheese on top of the ground beef before I add the beans and the corn. And put it in the microwave for like 5 or 10 seconds to melt the cheese on the ground beef. You can do that. I'm going to do that because the ground beef is not hot anymore. It's not cold, but it's not hot. Not enough to melt the cheese. So if you want to have everything else ready okay, let's see if it's any better after I added the paprika. Needs a little more. I was going to do smoked paprika. Just give it a little smokiness flavor. Or you can use regular paprika, or you don't have to use paprika at all. Whatever you want. Oh, I should have added onion powder and garlic powder. That's my favorite seasonings. That's my favorite seasonings on chicken and ground beef. So I just thought of it, so I'm going to add it. Just because I want to. Okay? Just because I want to. Do what you like. Do what you like. I cannot sing. I know I suck. I'm just being silly. I like to be silly. Okay, let's get this mixed up and it should be good. Now, if you use chicken, you can season the chicken however you want. You can season it with the chili powder, the cumin. You can use poultry seasoning, since it's a poultry. You can use lemon pepper. I like using lemon pepper on my chicken. Morton seasoning all, whatever you want. Okay? But if you get the, if you do shredded chicken that you've cooked, still season it. But if you use a shredded chicken from buying a whole chicken, you won't really need to season it. It'll be already seasoned. Because we either buy the barbecue one or the lemon pepper or the original. And it's all seasoned good. And I found out that my all-time favorite whole chicken that's already cooked is the best from Sam's. Oh my gosh, their whole chicken, they run out a lot, so people stand there waiting for them. Not to cook from scratch, but they're already in the middle of cooking some when they run out. And they wait, and as they're packaging up the new chicken that's done, people are waiting to grab that like right away. But they're the best. And theirs is a lot bigger than the regular grocery stores. So it's so good. And the second best one, if I can't go to Sam's, HEB or grocery store. I'll go there, and theirs are so good. And the last choice is Walmart, because it's not nasty, but it's not as good as the rest of them. That's my last option if can't get it from the other two stores, or if I'm already at Walmart. If I'm already at Walmart, I still might go to Sam's, because Sam's is right next door to the Walmart. All right. And I'm going to show you something else my husband's got. He'll probably ask me to put some on there. He got this a while ago. It's still good. It's not expired. He got this. 505 Southwestern. That's the brand. Hatch Valley. Tomatillo, garlic and lime, green chili salsa. Hatch Valley. 505 Southwestern. Tomatillo, garlic and lime, green chili salsa. Okay? And he likes to put it on top of stuff. He hadn't used it in a while, and then I reminded him it was there, and he used it the other day on something we ate. So, would you like that on top? Your little green chili thing? Okay, so yes. Sometimes he forgets. I have to remind him. Alrighty, so the reason why it's taken an hour more, because I'm running my mouth, and I had to go to the bathroom, and it took me a moment before I got started, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I promise you, and you time yourself, I'm going to use the same one I used to cut the avocado. You can cook this in less than 30 minutes. It doesn't take that long to cook rice or ground beef, and then add the stuff to it. And while the ground beef and rice are cooking, cut up your avocado, tomato, whatever you're using, and heat up your, right when it's almost done, heat up your stuff, and then drain your ground beef, add your seasonings. And if you're doing chicken, season your chicken, and then cook it whole, or dice your chicken and then season it, and then cook it that way if you choose. Or you could cook it and then dice it, or slice it and put it on top. Whatever you want. Okay? Because the picture that came with this recipe shows chicken in the burrito bowl. Sliced chicken. And if you want to look for the recipe, you just put in burrito bowl on my Facebook. Spell it the whole thing out, not just FB. Facebook Cooks with an S at the end. If you're not a part of that, look up Facebook Cooks. Join. We would love to have you. I love seeing new recipes. Not a lot of people post them. I'm the one that posts recipes all the time. I find them, and I'm like, this looks so good, and I really want to make it, but I don't know when I'll be able to make it, so I save it. So if you go in there, you'll see a lot of recipes, and I usually tell you where I got my recipes from. And if I get them from Instagram or Pinterest, I'll let you know, and I'll try to send it to you if you request it. Or you can just write down the recipe from my video. Okay? You can find my video on YouTube if you want after 30 days. It's still there before 30 days, but I'm just saying. Because after 30 days, it will not be on Facebook. Because if you know their new rules, after 30 days, they delete all your videos. They delete your video. I don't know why they came up with that new rule. They used to leave them on there. It made me mad. And you had till June of this year to download all your videos before they deleted them all. So, but they're always on YouTube. So if you're not following me, subscribe to me on YouTube. Please subscribe. And you can see all my videos from all the different recipes I did, even the ones that are being deleted off of Facebook. So I can go find my videos there. That's why I like to have them on there. So. Okay? So by the time I get off of here, it'll be time to go take the dogs out. So I will cover up the avocado and tomatoes and put them in the refrigerator. I will put the cheese back in the refrigerator because I have it out. Keep everything cold. And I will cover up the ground beef and the rice. And if I want, I can assemble it. I'm going to put it in the microwave anyways after I add the rice and then the ground beef. I'm going to add cheese and I'm going to put it in the microwave, not only to heat it up a little bit, but also to melt the cheese on the ground beef. If you get it while it's super hot, then it can melt on its own. But okay, so there I go. Now the avocado, the tomatoes, and the shredded lettuce, which the lettuce is already shredded. I mean, you can cut it up and shred it and do whatever if you have a whole head of lettuce. But usually, I just buy a small bag like you do for tacos. Just put these in a little bowl, save them, and after you reheat your bowl, your burrito bowl, then you can add your toppings. Don't like assemble your burrito bowl, the leftover ones, put them in the refrigerator with the lettuce and tomato in there and avocado, because it's not going to taste real good heated. So, especially the lettuce and avocado. So, okay. So I'm going to use those containers and I'm going to assemble however many it makes after I make me and my husband's bowl. And that way, when my husband goes to work tonight, if he wants to take another one for work, because he eats about midnight when he goes on break, he can take that. And if he wants some cheese, I'll put cheese on there. But if he wants any tomatoes or lettuce, which he might not care when he's going to work, he doesn't care about all that, or sour cream or whatever, or even his hatchy chili, we got little containers to put it in. Well, actually, I used the last two little ones. No, I didn't. We have... Wait. I know we had more than two. Oh, there's one in the sink I can wash. If he wants me to put some sour cream or his hatchy chili. Or he could wrap this up and he could take the jar of hatchy chili. Because it's like less than half full. If he wants a little bit of sour cream, I could put that in the container. And the tomatoes and lettuce. Oh, the lettuce I can definitely just put in a tiny Ziploc bag. So it's all depending on what he wants. But he don't want to take all that extra. I would, because I don't want a plain one. I need my tomatoes and all that stuff, so I would. But that's up to him. But yeah, so we have the ground beef, as you see, and we have the rice. I'm going to make one bowl. Well, it's hard to taste it for you guys because I'm definitely going to take a picture when I assemble one bowl. I'm going to take a picture of mine because mine will have everything on it in the avocado. It'll have the sour cream, the salsa, and I do have like half a jar or less of salsa. So it was on my list, so that's just enough for this. And I will put in the comments if it was good or not. I won't be able to taste it for you right now because I'm not putting a whole one together, because I would have to microwave it for the cheese to get hot, and I want to eat it hot. But if I take a bite or two for you guys and then I go take the dogs out, then it won't be hot no more. So I want it hot. So I'm gonna wait till I come back. I will take a picture of the bowl I made. Then I will let you know if it was good or not. And I may put it a dance. You know those black stick figures that dance like this? I may put a dancing emoji, and that'll tell you it's good. Okay? So this is the rice. Well, these two pans you see, and you see the color of this pan? They're from the same collection. Lid fits on this, and lid fits on that. Now, this has never happened before where I've used both and need to cover both. So I will find something to cover this pan of the ground beef while I'm outside with the dogs. And I've got two lids here. I'm going to put a lid on the tomatoes and avocado and put it in the refrigerator with the cheese. Okay? And I'm going to put the lettuce away too. I didn't pull out the sour cream yet. And I will take a picture because I got the tip. This is from my HEB. Okay, it's the HEB brand. The HEB. I don't think HEB stands for anything, does it? No, it's just called HEB. Okay? They had a coupon for this because they have yellow coupons all in the store. But it was for a 10 ounce, and I ended up getting the party size. It was only 75 cents off, so that's all I would have said. But yeah, I've gotten a box of 30 small bags of chips. They've had the blue bag, you know, the other Doritos, not the red bag, the blue bag, but, you know, HEB brand. They've had sour cream and onion, I think. I forgot all the chips that are in there, but they're all HEB brand, and me and my husband love them. They taste good. And you get 30 bags for like $10, $11, $12, something around there. It's not a bad price for those chips. So if we don't have a lot of money for snacks, that's what I go for. So they are good. But I will definitely be crushing these up on top. And I'll take a picture and everything. Okay? And I will post that tonight, the picture. Oh, okay. What's going on at church tonight, Paul? If you're still on here. What's going on? What is tonight, Paul? Okay? So, and I'm going to clean up when I come back, but whatever needs to be in the refrigerator, I'm just going to put there so it can stay cold. I'd like to have cold tomatoes. So, yeah. So, and I don't want the cheese to go bad because, you know, it gets hot in the house sometimes. So, yeah. Paul, what's going on at church? Hi, Lokita. How are you doing? I'm having a burrito bowl. Burrito bowl. Okay, simple. You know, rice goes on the bottom, so cook some rice. And then the ground beef. And then add some cheese. And if you were putting it together and the ground beef is not super hot to melt the cheese, you can always sprinkle it on top, pop it in the microwave to melt the cheese, if you like. And then add some black beans and corn. You don't have to add corn. That's not in the ingredients, but I choose to. Because, you know, at Chipotle, they have an option that near the end when you put the toppings of some kind of little corn mixture with some other little stuff in there. So I'm going to heat up the corn and the black beans together. I have not done it, but I'm going to do it when I come back so they'll be freshly hot. And I'm going to get out a can of corn. And it says 1 cup of black beans. So I need 2 cups since I doubled it. But this, if I look at the here, it's a total of 1 3/4 cup. 1/4 cup away from 2 cups. So that's okay. And I'll do a whole can of corn. And I'm going to make all the bowls, as many as it'll make. The first 2, me and my husband are going to go in a regular bowl. The other ones are going to go, if you're just joining or you haven't seen, are going to go in these bowls. Well, these little containers. If you've seen these at the store, they sell them at HEB and they also sell them at Walmart. They say these are disposable, but I've never thrown them away. They're strong enough to be safe. Wash them in the dishwasher. They're microwave safe. I started buying them so when my daughter used to eat at our house that we had before, she could. take leftovers home because she's the type that you let her borrow something, it takes you forever to get it back if you do ever get it back. So that's just how she is. So I didn't want to lose my containers because I can't afford to keep rebuying them. So go with those instead. Okay? So I'm going to make them up in there, minus the tomatoes and the lettuce and sour cream and salsa and all that. Just the rice, then the ground beef, and then the cheese, and then the corn and the and the black beans. That's it. And then heat that up when I'm ready to eat it, leftovers, and then add the other toppings, the avocado, the tomato, yeah, so forth. And if I run out of avocado, I can always get another one if I still have a lot of leftovers. But I'll be the only one using it. My husband doesn't like avocado. I used to not like avocado, and I don't know what. One day, I just turned and I started loving avocado and guacamole and stuff. But before I didn't. My husband never did, and he still doesn't. So, trying to get this to open up without me having to. Okay, so, hold on. Okay, hold on. So, yeah. But I will definitely take a picture of it, and I'll either put a dancing emoji or let you know how. If I put a dancing emoji, that means this came out really good. Or I might take a picture of me taking a bite and post that too. You never know. So I'll do that tonight. I'll post the pictures. They'll go right under these comments here. And I'll be posting the pictures on YouTube as well. Alrighty? So I'm going to get off of here so I can go. My husband's already got the dogs ready, about getting the dogs ready. So I'm going to end this like I end all lives. I appreciate anybody who came on here. And I appreciate anybody who's going to watch the replay later on YouTube or Facebook, okay? Try making this one day, Paul. I swear you would like it. And it's simple and easy and can be done in less than 30 minutes. But nothing that is simple and easy is quick when it's me doing a live. Because I'm talking and da-da-da-da-da. So, but anyways, y'all stay strong. Do your thing. Stay positive. Don't give up. Keep working on your goals. And know that I love you guys very much. And I appreciate y'all when y'all come on here or watch the replay. And if you'd like to donate to Cash App, which I don't mention this at the end of every live, but once in a blue moon. If you'd like to donate to Cash App, it's my husband's Cash App, Timmy Gonzo. And it has a picture of a white STI. And it goes towards anything I need to help make my lives better. It goes towards my content creation and appreciation, and towards food, because food is part of my content creation. So it goes towards food that I buy to cook for you guys live, that as well. So if you ever do send a Cash App, just come on here and say, I sent it, or send me a message on Messenger and say, check your Cash App, anything like that, and I'll check it. If you'd like to send stars, go ahead. Any stars you send now, today, or anytime coming up, it will go. I won't get those till mid-September because all the stars for the month of August will whatever is done in the month of August, I'll get paid for that in middle of September or like September 21st. So August 21st, they send out anything that was done in July. So if you'd like to send stars, that's fine as well. I appreciate that as well. All righty? Just letting you know. And I thank you guys again. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your evening. And I'll try to come on live. Well, maybe, because I keep saying it, but I keep forgetting. It might not be till Tuesday or Wednesday of next week because I don't go live on the weekends. I do post stuff, but I don't go live. And Monday is, if I can cook, if I can get to the store and get groceries, I will cook for you on Monday, which I normally do, and that will be my live for Monday. But if I can't cook, then maybe on this page I'll go live Monday, and then Tuesday or Wednesday I'll go live on a little. All right? So have a good evening, and I'll see you guys on Monday. All right? Talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye, YouTube. Have a good evening. Bye, Facebook.